I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Episode 3 of Becoming and doing just fine. I really thought this would be like a week or every 2 week kind of thing. And it's like I could do that, but I'm very much a if it feels right kind of person. So I don't want to do this with an obligation because then it's not going to be fun for me. Or like more so because when it comes down to speaking, I don't want to force anything out, or not even speaking, but like sharing a message or sharing something that's on my mind or heart or my thoughts, whatever. I don't want to force something out. I don't like that. So it's like when I feel like talking, I feel like talking. So I definitely think that this will be one of those things. And I guess it kind of goes into what this episode will be about today. I'm going to title this episode There's No Such Thing as Finishing Last. There's no such thing as finishing last. And that ties into what I just said because I feel like if I do it with an obligation, or if I had it in my head that like I have to do this, I gotta be consistent and I gotta make all this content and I'm trying to make all this content because I'm trying to be somebody and I'm trying to go places and I'm trying to make money with the internet and whatever the case may be. But I feel like giving myself the room to do it at my own pace is just going to work best for me. So, episode 3. Episode 3, there's no such thing as coming in last. A lot of things have changed since the first episode. Hell, since the second episode, a lot of things have changed. And a lot of things that I talked about in the first and second episode have changed for the better. And when I think about that and how quick that was, like what was that, a month ago? The second episode was a month ago, so the other one, the first one was, I don't know. Regardless, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, whatever, things have changed so quickly. And when I think about that, it's like God he moves so swiftly. And that's incredible to me. And it would never not be bewildering to me that God can just change things overnight. I always think of the song, what song is it? Is it Blessed? Or We're Blessed? And it says late in the midnight hour, God is going to turn it around. And I always think about that, like when things just change so quickly, I'm like, God, you can do anything in any amount of time. Like something Lacey always says, and I don't know if it's a Bible verse. I think it is a Bible verse, but she had said it the other day. She was like, God, it is a Bible verse, and I just read it recently. But anyway, it's something along the lines of like, what would take 5 years, God can do in a day, something like that. But yeah, so a lot of things have changed since the first and second episode, and for the better. I can't wait to share about it when it's time to share about it. Right now, it's not the time to share about it, but when it is time, I can't wait to have a testimony as to how good God is and how quickly He moves. So anyway, I've been thinking about there's no such thing as finishing last because considering the things that have changed, for one, work. So I work now and I haven't had a job in like 3.5 years, which is beautiful, which was a blessing. But I'm working now, and I work in an office building, so I do have to show up to work every day. I have to be there for however many hours, whatever. And now I have like this new routine. I can't like just be lollygagging with my day. But I like it. I like it. And I think it's just another element in this season or this theme or this chapter of becoming, because life is about balance. Like I had this life where I'm doing whatever I want, whenever I want, waking up when I want, doing whatever kind of day I wanted. But now it's like I really have routine, I have structure, but I appreciate it. And I like my job. It's super easy. It's fun. I was gonna say it's super fun, but then I stopped myself. But it's like it is fun. The people are fun. My colleagues, employees, my colleagues, my coworkers, they're super nice, super funny. But I like it. So anyway, so I have this new routine. I have this structure, and it got me thinking. Like, okay, I had this idea of what I was doing. I'm doing my books. I'm doing my writing. I'm doing whatever I'm creating, and that was going to be my life, and that can still be my life, but shit, things change. You gotta pivot sometimes. So anyway, I was like, so now I'm in this position where I have to work. I have to go to the office building every day, or not every day. I only work 4 days out of the week, which is great, and I get paid on my days off, which is also great. Anyway, I'm like, I have to do this life where things just look different. And I was like, it's going against the plans that I had for my life or what I thought my life would look like. And nothing is wrong with having a job. I'm just not used to having no job. So it's not a crazy thing because it's not like I never had no 9 to 5, but it's just been a while since I've had one. So anyway, it's just different, and it had me thinking like, okay, now I don't have the same time to do what I was doing, what I was using my time for. I don't have the same time to make content. I don't have the same time to create because I have to work. I have to survive, and but then I started thinking like, it's okay. You know, what's the rush? What's the worry? Where's the fear coming from behind it? It's not so much that I feel like I'm ever coming in last because I'm not in competition with nobody. I've never been like a competitive person in that sense. I'm a competitive person. I'm an Aries, babe. I like to win. I like to compete. Let's do it. Let's get to it. But I've never been a competitive person. I've never been a competitive person when it comes to people. You know, you got your lane, I got my lane. You running your marathon, I'm running mine. You running your race, I'm running mine. You doing your thing, I'm doing mine. I've never looked at anybody and be like, I've never looked at anybody and been like, I want that life. I need to get there. I need to be better than that. I need to do better than that. Like nothing's wrong with being inspired. Am I or have I been inspired by people? Yes, but as far as like comparing my life to theirs, never. Like I don't have an envious or jealous bone in my body, which I think sounds crazy to some people, but that's just one or those are two emotions that I have literally never ever ever felt in my life. I don't feel envy, I don't feel jealousy. I don't. I love me. I'm doing me. I'm doing my life. I love my life. So it's just like it's just always been that for me. So it's never been so much of like I feel like I'm finishing last in comparison to someone else. But it more so feels like I'm racing against the clock, you know? And it's like, what is this clock? What is this? What is this idea of running out of time? And I had to really sit with it, you know, because I'm like, okay, God, if I trust God's plans, if I believe God is so intentional, then everything that's happening right now, these changes that are happening, which aren't even bad changes, I literally, again, I just have a job, but it's different for me, and it makes my life different, my day to day different. So I'm like, if God is doing all this, you know, it must be for a reason. It must be in His plans. All is well, you know. Don't I trust that? Don't I believe that? So I'm like, even if I don't have the same time to make content and run around life and be free, whatever I'm doing in the time that I do have that free time or whatever I do make is still going to get me to where I'm going. So what is this idea of racing against the clock, of running out of time? It's really just not a thing. And I think it comes down to fearing death, honestly, because we want to accomplish all these things, we want to do all these things, we want to see all these things before we kick the bucket, right? But we just don't know when that's going to come. We don't know when that time is going to be. So why live life with anxiety? Why live life in a rush? Why live life worry that God won't deliver His promises, right? So I was just like, I kept thinking, and that's when the title had came to my head, and I'm like, there's just no such thing as finishing last. And maybe I can only speak for myself when it comes to not being in competition with others, but I think that is something that a lot of people genuinely struggle with: comparison, comparing lives, wanting someone else's life. And let me be the first to tell you, or not even the first. Let me be the one to tell you, love your life. Please love your life, no matter what that looks like. Love your life. Love you, no matter what you look like, because when you think about how beautiful and rare life is, for me, I don't care what is going on in life. I don't care how bad it get. I can find something to be grateful for. I can find beauty in life. Like I love life. It trips me out, honestly, how much I love life. I truly have a deep, profound appreciation for life. Anyway, so society has all these rules of what you should look like, what you're supposed to look like, what beauty is, what your life should look like, which way you should go. You really have to X all that out. You can't allow these made up concepts, these things to dictate how you live your life and how you see yourself. So I think once you X all that out and just live for you and look in the mirror at you and say that I'm beautiful regardless of what society deems beautiful, I feel like life becomes so much easier to get through. And when it comes to your life and your path and your direction, it becomes much more easy to accept, because it's like this what I'm doing, this what I'm living, it's mine. You have to really think what somebody else is living, how they're living, what God did for them. It's not necessarily for you. And that's okay. God has something else for you. God has another way for you to go. God has another path for you to take. Some shoes you just cannot feel. Some shoes are not for you to walk in. And a lot of times you don't know what people had to do, what they've gone through, what they've grown through to be able to live the life that they live. So it's like you really have to journey your journey. You have to walk your walk. You have to do your story. You have to let life unfold. You have to let life be the journey that it is. And that's another thing that I started thinking about. Like, life is just such a journey. We have our hills, we have our valleys, we have the ups, we have the downs, we have the good, we have the bad, but it's truly a journey. And the idea of a journey has really been giving me peace lately. Like, even when things go awry and things just be like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do next? Even when it's just, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the situation is, I'm always thinking life is a journey. So when it's down, I'm enjoying, not that I'm enjoying the down, like I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm glad things not going good. It's never that, but it's like I'm sitting or I'm experiencing those down moments, and I'm like, I can't wait to see what I'm going to learn from this. I can't wait to see how this is going to grow me and change me. It's so much beauty in every part of life, and that's just what has been really carrying me through. Obviously the ups are the ups, and they do feel good and you're happy about it, but I guess it's not even more so about the ups though. It's about the downs, and when the downs come and how you see those and how you experience those and how you feel about those. But I'm just really maturing in that way, because it's like life is not, it's just simply not easy. You can look at it like it's a game and you got to play the game of life, but life is just, it truly is a journey. And when you journey in your journey, when you focus on you, there is no competition. There is no finishing last. You literally are just competing with you and trying to become your best self and trying to become the highest version of you. And there's never going to be like you in completion, because we never stop learning, we never stop growing, we never stop changing. There's never going to be a point in life where we just know it all. We have it all together. Everything makes sense. Life doesn't make sense, and it's not supposed to. So the idea should always be that you're running against you. You're running with you. Like, imagine like a race, an actual race. And what, I don't know what you have, like 1 to 8 lanes. Imagine a different version of you in each lane, and let that the version that wins first place be your current version, and let 2 through 8 be your old selves, and let number one, the one that's getting ahead, the one that's going ahead, the one that's winning the race, let that be your current version. And you're gonna continue to develop and transform and change. So the people in those lanes, the yous in those lanes, are always going to continue to change. But the idea is that you're always running and racing up against yourself. So when it comes to this idea of winning and losing, against who? With who? Who are you in competition with? Who are you worried about losing to? There's just no losing in life. Like, my thought process is always, I can never lose. Even when I actually lose, like say, like, I don't know, playing a game, for example, bowling, for example, I still don't feel like a loser. you know? I can never lose. So that is just always my motto. I can never lose. I don't care what it come down to, because also at the end of the day, who's judging progress? Who's judging life? Who who made these opinions so valuable, so important? I don't care what nobody think about what I'm doing. I don't care what nobody think about how I'm doing it. I don't care what nobody thinks about how I'm going about it. I don't care about what people think about where I'm going. Whatever. I just don't care. That there's no opinion, there's no structure, there's no concept that really holds so much value to me that makes me look at me a certain kind of way, or in a judgmental kind of way. All of these things are so made up to where it's just like, who cares? So at the end of the day, there truly is no winning and there is no losing. You are always in first place, no matter what your life look like, no matter what's going on, no matter how at the bottom you are, no matter how down you are literally always in first place because you are only competing with you. So even when you at the bottom, it only makes sense that you're still winning. It only makes sense that things are only gonna go up. It only makes sense that you're not taking no losses, you're not losing, you're literally just on the journey of life. And things always turn around, things always go back up, things always change for the better. You always have that to look forward to as long as you're doing the work. If you're not doing the work, if you're just sitting there doing nothing, you're just looking at the wall waiting for things to change, of course they're not gonna change. But as long as you're doing the work, there's going to be movement, even if it's small movement, even if it's small steps, even if it's small changes. There's just always going to be movement, and that's winning. That's becoming a better version of you. That's becoming your better self, and that's when it's just like the idea of competition or being in competition with yourself just really makes all the more sense. How much better can it get from here? You know, what more can I do? And not like in an obligatory way or not in like a stressful way, but in a let me see what I'm capable of kind of way. Let's see how brilliant I am. Let's see how creative I am kind of way. No such thing as finishing last. You're in competition with you and only you. There's no one else to try to beat. And when it comes to that, when you're in competition with someone else or in a race against someone else, you're not even really focused on your life story. You're not even focused on your journey because you're so invested in beating someone else or winning against them. You're not so interested in you and your growth. So it's like if you're not fully immersed in it, you're never going to I don't believe that you're going to be living up to your capabilities. I don't think that you'll ever see what you can truly be or who you truly are when you're so focused on winning against someone else because you're so focused on their life. You really have to be tunnel vision on you, and you have to take away this idea of what I guess success looks like. That's one thing for me. I've never seen success in a certain way. I've never seen success as $1 million, a big house, all these cars, just what what the media deems success to be. A good um being a doctor, being a lawyer, being a chemist, whatever the case may be. I've just never seen success as these things. To me, success is whatever you give value to. So if success to you is, I don't know, running 10 marathons in your life, reading 2,000 books, traveling to every country in the world, or I don't know, writing a book, writing 2 books, writing 3 books, writing 10 books, or having a damn form. I don't know, people want forms these days. But success simply is what you give value to and seeing it through. It does. So if it is having $1 million and you achieve that, you are successful indeed. Or if it is simply just getting super good at a hobby, that also is success. The little things, the simple things can also be deemed success, or you can be seen as a successful person. So again, it's about what you give value to and what you see value in. It's not about what the world deems successful. And so when it comes down to it, it's like life is just, I'm going to end it here. When it comes down to it, it's like life is just life. Your life is your life. Other people's lives are their lives. But we have to love our life. We have to love ourselves. We have to love our journeys. They're individual. They are gifts. They are God given, most importantly. And that's just another thing when it comes to believing in God, believing in what God has for us. When you understand God's works, when you understand His plans, and maybe not even understand His plans, because sometimes we don't understand His plans, but it's just that faith and that trust in God with your life, no matter what it looks like, and knowing that God is doing what you need, what He wants for you. Um, so, yes, there is no such thing as finishing last. You are always number one. You are always winning. You are always in first place, no matter what things look like. You can never lose. You can never be deemed a failure. You are doing just fine. You're on this journey of life. You're living it. You're giving it what you got. You're doing your best, and that's all that matters. Waking up every day is a success. If that's all you do, I mean, don't just do nothing. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's just okay to wake up every day and do nothing. Sometimes we do have them days, but even if it's just waking up every day, doing the best with what you have, if it doesn't look like much, but even if you're still trying, that is also success. So run your race, run your marathon, um, and just don't be looking outside of you. Simple as that. Don't look outside of you. Again, tunnel vision on your life, tunnel vision on your journey, and just giving it all you got. So, yes, another thing, I don't want to put a time frame on these episodes. Like, I don't want to be like, I want a 30-minute episodes. I want an hour episodes. I just want to talk, and what comes out, comes out. When I'm done talking, I'm done talking. I just always want everything to be natural to me. I want everything to be true to me. So, yes, I'm just going to end it there, and I will see y'all in episode 4. Hope y'all enjoyed. It was a quick one, but yes. Love y'all, and God bless.